Hello, my name is Carolyn Isle, and this week I participated in the 7 and 7 readathon, which ran from July 23rd to July 29th. I read 8 books, 5 of which are from the Booktown Murder Mystery Series. It is a cozy mystery series, which completes one of my challenges to read something outside of your comfort zone. There are 7 challenges in this readathon, and I hit every one except for one with the yellow on the cover, because I couldn't find a book with yellow on the cover with the books that I read. The first book that I read was the beginning of this series, and I read all my books on using my Scribd account through it's an audiobook. It's an audiobook service. I really like it. I'm gonna include at the end of the video covers of the books that I read, so you guys can see them if I can edit them in here. The first book that I read is the first one in the Booktown Mystery Series by Lorna Burnett, and it's set in a New Hampshire town that tries to revitalize its industry with setting up their main street with a bunch of booksellers. And the series follows this newly divorced woman named Trisha Miles, who opens a bookstore called Haven't Got a Clue. And in the first book, the neighboring store's bookseller, who sells cookbooks, she gets murdered, and then the lady that runs the cookbook store gets murdered, and Trisha, being the new person in town, gets blamed for her murder. So then she has to go and solve this crime, much like she's always read about in her books. I thought the book series was very, very fun. I didn't see the end coming. I was a little bit skeptical of that, being that it's a cozy mystery series. The other titles in the series that I read so far are, the first one's called Booked for Murder. The first one's called Murder is Binding. The second one is called Bookmarked for Murder. The third one is called Bookplate Special, and the third one also completes the challenge of reading something that takes place outside, because the majority of Bookplate Special occurs with again Patricia and her bookstore called Haven't Got a Clue, which is her bookstore that she runs, which occurs throughout the series, which I found to be really fun, because I think it'd be really fun to have a bookstore. It occurs mostly outside at night, involving dumpsters, and that's all I can tell you really without revealing spoilers. So that checks that box off. And then the fourth book in the series is called Chapter and Hearse. And again, throughout the whole series, she somehow always finds herself in the middle of a mystery, solving something for her friends. And they all throughout the books, the storyline is she's always helping her friends out, solving murders, but it's not really predictable throughout the series, and there's not a lot of retelling of what happened in the other books, as far as spoiling the mystery element. So you can really start wherever you want to, or wherever you find in the series. I liked them. They were fast-paced, summertime reads. And then the last one that I read It's called Sentenced um, for Murder, I think. I'll put links if I can find them all on Amazon, or and I'll have the pictures up at the end of this video for you guys about the covers so you guys can see them. And then the next thing I read after I read those 5 off of my Scribd account, I read A.J. Fikry's Storybook Life, which was a really interesting book. It's about this man who owns a bookstore and his life and the things that happen to his life. I found it to be a very interesting book, and there's a mystery kind of involved in that. It's mostly a character-driven book as opposed to a mystery, which I feel like the other ones, the other previous series that I mentioned, you don't really get a lot of character development. It mostly focuses on the mystery of the story, where this one was mostly, there wasn't a mystery really to this one. It was just about a bookseller and a book buying agent and their life and A.J. Fikry's story. So I found that to be really good, and it's been on my TBR forever, so that was good to get that marked off. Always feels good to me to get stuff marked off your TBR. The next thing I read was Death by Tiara. It's a Jane Austen cozy mystery, which I really liked because they're just lighthearted, and this also takes care of the challenge of reading something in your home state, or that's what I took it as, in your home. I moved to California about 4 years ago, and this lady, her name is Jane Austen, not like the author, and she has a cat named Prozac, and she's a writer, so she gives herself in all kinds of silly, ridiculous freelance situations. This one is based on a beauty pageant, and her cat is in there as one of the main characters, and that's really funny because the cat is just like it's a funny, like, the way you think a cat would act, and this time it was based in a beauty pageant. I take it there's other ones that are based in other places. The last thing I read was a chocolate chip cookie murder, and this takes care of your favorite food or a food related item, because on the cover it has chocolate chip cookies, and there's chocolate chip cookies on there's a chocolate chip cookie recipe in the book, which I thought was really neat, so you could find into that if you want. And it's also a book that starts with my first initial is the chocolate chip cookie murder, because my name's Carolyn. Anyway, and that's what I read for the 7 in 7 readathon. I thought it was very fun. And now on to the booktubeathon. I'm excited, which means this month, all in total, I will have, hopefully, if I finish my booktubeathon TBR, I will have read over 14 books, which I think is amazing. Hope everybody's having a great day, and I hope you pick up